If we analyze Anthony's idea, that we will see that approach refers to the theories of language and language learning that serve as the source of practices and principles in language learning and teaching. And in this regard, in every approach there are two aspects. One, the linguistic aspects, and another, the psycho-linguistics aspect. As we had been discussing, that language learning nowadays is related to so many things, because language learning, we have to learn language, and for this reason the researcher and linguist, they had been investigating several issues relating to language learning and teaching. And there Anthony's model, actually Anthony served the idea of approach, methods and techniques, and next time it has been analyzed that actually every language or every approach will be dealing with two crucial aspects. That is, one linguistics aspect and another is psycho-linguistic aspects. And in that state, the theories of language, there are three theoretical views of language learning and teaching. One is structural view, another is functional view, and interactional view. How we will see language, what is the function of language, and how does a language do its service or its implication. In that way, language theory will be dealing with three different views. What are the views? That is structural view, functional view, and we know the thing that is structural view. We know that every language will have a structure, of course. Bengali language, English language, or any kind of language, there will have a structure, just like subject-verb agreement, okay, subject, verb, object, conditionals, so other things. So there will be a structure in every language. And what is the function of a language? Functional will be there. What is the function of language? That is communication. Why we use language? If anybody call me or ask me or say me hello, good morning or something else, that means what is the function of language? With the language we can't eat in it. With the language we will be communicating. And for this reason, language functions, and how the functions when language will carry meaning. Okay, that would be the view. That is the functional view. So language will have a function. Okay, and it depends on how and in which way you are using that language. So that is the functional view, and also the interactional view. Quite similar, functional view and interactional view. So interaction will be there. So function, you can convey your meaning with your language, and if your meaning is not being understood by others, language will not serve the function. So when your language will be understood by the person you are speaking to, then he will be answering your answer or answering your question in that language, and then interaction will happen. Without function, interaction will not be happen. If I say, আমি কিছু বলছি, আপনি কিছু শুনছেন না, তার মানে আপনি তো কিছু বলতে পারবেন না, isn't it? তাহলে হয়তো কিছু ফাংশন করছে, আসলে আমি কিছু বলিই নাই. Okay, so that means function will be there when interaction will be there. So function and interaction will be, so language will have the functional view. And for this reason, there is some issues relating to notions and function, and there is also a grammar book related to notions and functions, okay, and interactional view. The theoretical view of language and the nature of language proficiency, the structural view, that is the view or the opinion that language is a system of structurally related elements. What I have said, that in every language there will have a structure. All kinds of language, of course there will be a structure. বাংলায় বললাম আমি ভাত খাই, প্রথমেই হলো সাবজেক্ট, তারপরে eat rice. Okay. It might difference that আমি ভাত খাই, ভাত হলো কি অবজেক্ট, সেটা আমি পরেই আসছে, আর খাই ভাত পরে যাচ্ছে। কিন্তু আমি যদি ইংরেজি করি আই ইট রাইস, তাহলে সেক্ষেত্রে ইংরেজির ক্ষেত্রে কি স্ট্রাকচার, প্রথমে হচ্ছে সাবজেক্ট আসছে, তারপরে ভার্ব, তারপরে অবজেক্ট। কিন্তু বাংলার ক্ষেত্রে কি ক্রিয়ার শেষে। So that is the structure of Bangla language and that is the structure of English. So we can't deny that every language will have a structure. We can give you some other example. অন্য ভাষা জানলে সেগুলোরও আমরা উদাহরণ দিতে পারতাম, কিন্তু সেটারও কি structure আছে। So structural view of a language, that every language will have interrelated elements with following a structure. And if anyone wants to achieve the mastery of language, then the language learner should learn the structural view or the structural elements of the language. So that is the root language learning. So what is the root? The root we follow, then naturally we start reading the alphabet of a target language. আমরা A B C D আগে শিখি, তারপরে হচ্ছে কি শিখি, ওয়ার্ড শিখি, ঠিক আছে, তারপরে আমরা সেন্টেন্স শিখি। ওকে, কিন্তু পাশাপাশি যদি আমরা ভাষার স্ট্রাকচারটাও জেনে যাই, তাহলে দ্যাট ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ লার্নিং উইল বি easy. So in case of understanding the approach and methods, if we have a good and the efficient and the sufficient knowledge about the structure of a language, that will help us to understand the language or to learn the language very quickly and efficiently. That deals with the structural view of a language, that every language will have a structure, and if we follow the structure of that specific language, it would be quite easy for the language learner to learn the language. And what are the elements of the structure? Naturally there are some elements will be there. Phonological unit of the language will be there, like phonemes. Okay, phonemes, that is a single specific unit. Okay, next time grammatical units like clauses and phrases and sentences, that is the grammatical units. And the grammatical operations, that means how and in which way grammar operates in a language. And for this reason we study subject-verb agreement, grammatical points relating to a language, and also like adding, shifting, joining, transforming the elements. That could be also related to the structural view. And lexical units, lexical means meaning, lexical, meaningful part of a language, like function words and structure words. Function words, noun, verb, adjective, adverb. Adverb we can call it sometimes structural units. Of, it, preposition, determiner, these are articles, these are the structural words. They have no meaning, but they are relating to the structure. So lexical unit, function words, and also structure words. So a little bit definition about the phonemes, the smallest unit of a speech distinguishing one word or the other word for another, that is tap, which separates from the other word tap. So ta sound is common there, tap, tag, tan. So T is common over there, but for the other thing, that is the specific unit ta. So ta is a specific sound different from other sound, and that is phoneme, elements of phoneme. So these are another examples of phonemes. So a sound of a group of sound perceived to have same function by the speakers of the language or the dialect in pronunciation, just like kha is common, kit, cat, skit. So kha is common over there. So first time C letter can carry the sound kha, cat, cat, but second time kit, here k is the letter but sound is kha. And also scat is cat, there letters are sc but sound is kha. And skit, here sc letter SC, but sound is kha. Actually,